I woke up this morning and thought, screw it. Hey, it's Romania Black. And yeah, we're on volume 13 of Berserk. There's a lot happening today. Whiteboard Kun is looming over me. You may be wondering why. We're going to talk about that in a second, but today is a pretty monumental day. Not only is it leading up to an actual eclipse in our real time as you watch this on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's already passed. Hopefully we're all still good. But if you are watching this on Patreon, an actual eclipse is looming over where I live, which is exciting. But there's a lot happening in today's volume. A lot of different things at once. So I poured myself like an extra cup of coffee this morning, was like, let's do this. But we need to talk about this because not only are we getting into the volume that is going to, I think, finish up the 1997 anime. So we are going to be starting with Deluxe Volume 5, be going into completely uncharted waters, which is something. I don't know what to expect. I haven't known what to expect since Volume 8 because all this new information and new material is like, oh my God, what do we do? But we're basically going to be wrapping up with the 1997 anime in this volume, I think, which is insane. I don't know what to do with that. But we're going to be starting new content. And also there is a mysterious hidden chapter we're going to be looking at this volume, which is, we're going to talk about some comments first. That's going to bring it up and, yeah, go from there. So this volume is going to be kind of crazy and we need to talk about it. So before we dive in, let's talk about some comments that I've had, pop up. User 657840 is actually the one that brought this up and the moderators brought it to my attention. But apparently there is a chapter 83 that was pulled. Miura drew it. Miura created it. Miura drew it. It was released originally in the actual publications that came out weekly or monthly or bi-weekly or whatever. And then when it came to the printed volumes, for some reason they pulled it. And the comment from user 65 said it was pulled because Miura said it gave too much away. And I was like in my head going, then why'd you publish it? Now here's something. I'm going to be a God hand advocate for Miura, a little bit in this comment section, because apparently, as will be noted in another comment, Miura was under a lot of deadlines, a lot of stress, whatever. And, you know, hindsight is 2020. Miura realized, I published that chapter, but I want to pull it back because I'm not ready for audiences to see it. My whole thing is like, once you publish it, it's kind of out there, right? It's kind of out in the open. And then there's that mystery of, but you put it out there. It's like you put it out there. Why can't we read it? So I asked the moderators, I was like, okay, be honest with me. Do you think it is worth me reading chapter 83? Or since Miura pulled it because it gives too much away, should I not read it and just go on as if it doesn't exist? And the moderators were very adamant that yes, I definitely should read this chapter. I was like, all right. So I don't consider it a spoiler because Miura put it out there originally. The original people reading the manga had the chance to interact with it. I am going at this series as if I am a reader of the manga for the first time. So I'm getting in my time capsule. I'm situating myself back in the 90s and I'm saying, okay, I read the magazine this is published in and this chapter was here. Now, why Miura decided not to publish it, we will talk about that here in a little bit, but I am going to read chapter 83. The moderator sent me a link to it, so I'm going to temporarily have my camera on here with the actual manga volume. I'm going to go over here and read it. You guys will be able to see me reading it. And then when I'm editing, I'll try to include some screenshots in there. I won't be able to include the real-time page turning reactions, but I'll include some screenshots. So, and if you're in the Discord, we'll post the chapter in the Discord so you all can, and I'll pin it to where you guys can read it if you want to. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm like a mystery chapter. I'm like, how interesting, right? How cool. I like there's like a hidden chapter that's going to be interesting to talk about. So we have that. So thank you, User 65, for noting that. I'm glad you pointed it out back in volume 10 because I was planning ahead for scheduling and reading. I'm glad you pointed it out when you did. So thank you. Lyndon. I'm talking about Wild, since now the comments are catching up with Wild and my reaction to them. Lyndon points out that Wild's battle, they're comment was in support of the anime decision to take Wild out of the story, because they're like, I really agree with Lyndon's points of why the anime does the pacing so good, because their points were Wild's battle literally takes wind from this vortex, from the battle itself, and literally takes wind from the eclipse. And because I do agree, it is a lot more kind of horrifying when Pippin and Judo and all them go to the other dimension with the Behelit for the first time and see demons for the first time, and they have such a visceral reaction. Here in the manga, because of Wild, it's like, they've already seen demons, and so they're kind of exposed to it already. So even though it's a horror-filled scene, they're like, well, we know what demons look like, so okay. It kind of does take a little suspense out of it. But also, I was trying to figure out in Lyndon's comment when I was responding to them, saying, okay, well, yes, Wild's battle, it doesn't really add much to the story except introduce this really disgusting character. And a lot of it, I feel like Ridasante, their comment I'm going to talk about next here in a little bit, kind of talks about it being shock value and things like that. But I'm like, what is the point of Wild? And I think there are some important points of why they are there, other than just being grotesque and for the shock of it. I think that Wild's character demonstrates to Guts that, yeah, these apostles, many of them were once human, and it opens Guts up to that premise before he even meets the Count. It's like, no, Wild was a human that made a deal with the demons, transformed into a demon, but underneath all of that, they are still human. Underneath the grotesque monster they become, they are human. And a human that probably had a desire, in Wild's case, to get laid, and it just escalated into the darkest recesses it possibly could. Right? And I like this idea. I've just read Urasawa's Monster, this idea that we all are capable of having those desires and that inner monster inside of us. And the question is, do we rein it in? Do we have control over ourselves to say no to that monster? That's not right. Or do we find a force that enables that desire to the point where it consumes us and makes us into the worst thing possible? And in Wild's case, that's exactly what happened. And I do feel that it's important that Guts sees Wild and sees that he's a human underneath, because when Griffith transforms into Femto, there is still that was a huge debate with the anime of, is Griffith still deep down inside Femto somewhere? And I think, yes, I think that deep down, Griffith is still buried there. That human, that little fragile human, Griffith, is still deep down inside of Femto. The problem is... The problem is that Griffith is not exactly what we always thought he was. There was always this idea of, oh, well, Griffith's a good person. He's doing all these, at least that's what the characters think in the story. They're like, Griffith's a good person. He's just being tempted by the God hand. And while that's true, the reality is Griffith has always had these ambitions and desires, and he fully leans into them and becomes Femto. So I think it's important to show that Guts realizes that the apostles are humans deep down inside, whether he likes it or not. And he's going to carry that knowledge as he fights Femto, as he moves forward, as he faces other apostles. That knowledge is there too. So I feel like that is a good reasoning for why Wild has to exist, to showcase that, to show that. Also, Wild has to be the excuse for Guts not to have a sword. Lyndon and Moomin talked about this. Moomin talked about it more, but I was like, wait, in the anime, yeah, Guts doesn't have a sword. He doesn't use his sword. He uses the little knife. And for a second, I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't I realize that watching the anime? And I think it's because there was so much batshit crazy things happening. You forget about it. There's demons. There's a vortex. There's this Skull Knight versus Zod. There's all this stuff happening to the point where you're like, wait, Guts doesn't have a sword. And that is, to me, a testament of how good Miura is as a writer, because he wrote that sword out with Wild. Like in the manga, you're like, oh, the sword is broken. It's stuck in Wild's neck. That's why Guts doesn't have it. In the anime, you just forget about it. And I think because all this stuff is happening that kind of lures your mind elsewhere, you forget about something that has been so central to the plot this entire time, like Guts having a sword. It's absolutely bonkers to me. Now, Guts has a sword when he leaves the anime, when we had the episode 1 come full circle moment. So I feel like he gets the sword back, or he has a new one forged by Gordo. We'll see how that goes, but crazy talk, right? Moomin talks about how the heads and bodies on the spikes in volume 11, which disgusted me to no end, is referenced again in Devilman Crybaby. And that made me remember that I've seen Devilman Crybaby, and that moment, yep, does exist. It's a thing. I was like, shit, I forgot all about that. But yeah, now I have no choice but to remember. So thank you. Joking. But yeah. Also, Moomin points out that some of the apostles have two faces. The Count has two faces. Wild has two faces. The Fief Lord, that's the snake, has two faces. I would argue that Griffith kind of has two faces. He has the helmet that becomes the mouth of Femto and then the face underneath. There's that. Not all of them do, because I don't think Zod has two faces that we know of. We don't know about the Skull Knight yet. So that's very curious. But Wild also has as Moomin put it, I'll quote them directly, a vagina eye and a schlong tongue. Which to me translates in that they have a lustful eye and they're talking with their dick. So make that what you will. But I think that that's like talking about desires and motivations as these humans become demons is connected to that. So there's that, right? Ridasante had an amazing comment with volume 11. If you get a chance to go read Ridasante's comment for volume 11 on YouTube, please do, because everything that I had tried to express in volume 11 as to why I didn't like the Wild storyline is tied to Ridasante's comment. I was very emotionally caught up in that volume, and that sort of topic gets me riled up emotionally because of my experience. So it becomes harder to vocalize in the moment why I'm feeling so upset. But Ridasante put it in words that I was like, thank you. That is exactly what I wanted to say. And you did it so eloquently. So I'm very grateful that you were able to post that comment, because that's exactly what I wanted to hear. But basically, to summarize it, the problem that I have with the overuse of sexual assault in Berserk. And Berserk, I love it. It's one of my favorite series. I love this series so much. But it's not perfect, right? And we'll talk about Miura here in a second with Dogen Mi's comment, because I was a little bit jazzed up with their comment, so I want to express myself. But I feel like the issue is, one, we only ever get to see sexual assault from the victim's point of view when it's Guts as a child. And that's when you're like, oh, this is really bad. And because we're seeing it from the victim's perspective and we're seeing how horrific it is. The other examples of sexual assault in Berserk that we've seen so far are not from the victim's point of view. And it's almost like the way that the image is projected, it's meant to look artistically and aesthetically pleasing, which Miura is an amazing artist. So of course it does. But the way that it's drawn sometimes it sometimes sexualizes the female bodies in a way that fetishizes them and makes it to almost to where it looks more like kink porn, as Ridasante described it, rather than violence. And it looks more like, oh, it's just this pornographic image to both the evil characters and the audience reading, which is not what it should be doing. It should be delivering it from the point of view, like with Guts as a child, to where you go, oh, this is really bad. Not, oh, it's just some pornographic imagery. It's not anything crazy. So Ridasante phrases it a lot better than that, but that's kind of exactly what my point was. That's my big problem with it, is the way that it portrays the victim, and that it doesn't have that accountability attached to it like it does when we see Guts being assaulted, right? So then that ties to Dogen Mi, who had, I was trying to say, some people in the comments and some people in the Discord were talking about Miura has talked about sexual assault in the series. This is the only interview I've seen so far. So if there are more interviews out there that, that talk more about it, you all are free to share them in the Discord or in the comments. But this is the only interview I have to go off of. And Dogen Mi said it was from a French interview, Le Figaro, in 2019, which is 2 years before Miura passed, which is not that long before he passed, asking about the sexual violence and brutal gore. And Miura says, "I'm sorry about these scenes. I must say my editorial manager defended me well. At the time, the head of the editorial board, or people higher up, said once or twice that I was going too far. I also refrained several times, telling myself it would not pass. You have to understand that a mangaka in the process of drawing takes very little perspective on his work, which leads him to convince himself that his choices are the right one. Today, with this hindsight, I wonder if my choices were really that necessary. And I appreciate Miura apologizing. I appreciate that. There is a little part of me that by the end of their comment, it almost seems like they make an excuse where they're like, oh, well, I was just so rushed with my deadlines that I made decisions that weren't smart. But here's the thing. They say I had very little perspective or time to reflect. So I wonder if my choices were necessary. I don't like that ambiguousness on the end of that interview. I'm like, just say you were wrong and that you apologize and let it be. Don't try to give yourself an excuse or an out being like, oh, I was pushed for the deadline. Because I'm like, but your editorial staff said you were going too far and you still did it. I'm like, Miura, I'm like, it's okay to say you were wrong and just let it be. And just let that be it. Say, I was wrong. Those were bad decisions. I hope it doesn't affect the way you view the rest of the manga, and just let it go. But that little excuse at the end being like, well, I couldn't help it. I'm like, no, you could. So I'm wondering if but that's 2019. So that was 2 years before they died. So I'm wondering if they had any like other interviews where they were like, no, what I did was wrong. That was, me being a young person that didn't know any better. I should not have done that. It almost read like kind of Valentina and Drag Race, where they had the reunion episode and they're like, hey, you should tell your followers that it's wrong to bully people. And Valentina's like, well, I wish they wouldn't have done that, but what could I do? And I'm like, you could tell them. So I wish Miura had made a statement like, no, the sexual assault that I put in Berserk to the extent that I did was wrong. I hope my readers don't get a false idea of over-sexualizing something from my story. Could have done that. So I don't know if they do that in other series. There was also something Dogami talked about where they were held up in a dark room during writing the Eclipse, and the only person they talked to was their best friend, Mori, who is the one that's taken over the manga since they passed. And I'm like, yeah, that's an artistic decision to hold yourself up in your room. But there needs to be accountability. And I feel like as an author, when you do something that's not right, you should take responsibility for it and come out and take accountability and own it, rather than just say, well, I was in a dark place. I'm like, yeah, okay. But I can't do anything about it now because Miura's dead. So I'm flogging a dead horse. I can't go find Miura and be like, are you really sorry for what you did? Did you think about this? He does apologize. So I think he knows. The tone I get from it is that he knows he did something wrong. I just wish he'd had a little more guts to just come out and say it directly than to beat around the bush. But maybe he does in other interviews and I'm just not privy to those yet. So we'll see. But I wonder if my choices were necessary. They weren't. You could have done a lot of different things than that, but it's too late now. We can't take it back. Whatever. So, but anyway, that's just what it is. So anyway, I've talked for way too long. The last thing I want to say is that there was a comment on YouTube that was asking me to not read the table of contents, and I agree. I think now that we're entering new territory and we're entering chapters that will involve plot that I have nothing and no knowledge about, I do think it is a good idea for me to skip the table of contents. I want to look at that cover image though, but I do think I will skip the table of contents and not necessarily read it and move on from there. So thank you for that. I didn't feel so bad about it the last couple chapters and the last couple of volumes because we were still in waters that I'd tread before in the anime. But now that we're getting into new waters, I do agree with Yona of the Dawn. When I was reviewing that manga, I wouldn't look at the table of contents when I started a new volume. So we'll just do the same with Berserk and we'll just encounter the chapter titles as we go. But in this case, with this volume, I am going to see if there is a gap between the chapters because I'm kind of curious now since chapter 83 is skipped. I want to see if it's there, but I won't read past the chapter titles for that. So let's get started. We've wasted 20 minutes, but thank you all so much for the comments. I hope you all enjoy this manga volume reaction. Haha. But we're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1. I feel like with Whiteboard Kun, I'm going to need some space to maybe write, especially with all the new things that we're going to possibly be encountering with this new chapter. So that's why Whiteboard Kun is here. There's the image from The anime, look at that. There's our boy Griffith looking like Femto. God, it's so hard. I'm not ready for it. Not ready for it. Okay. So, they don't have titles. Well, forget that. I'm not going to look at the table of contents then. Instead, we have Zod and Skull Knight, Storm of Death. Well, that's exciting. Let's just skip on to the next page here. Oh my God, look at Fluffy Zod. Look how fluffy he is. Look at his glorious fluffiness. Dim horns, too. He just looks like a little beast. Zod, why is Zod I like that Rickert is like, why is Zod in a place like this? Yeah, and then that's the Skull Knight with his badass sword and bitchin' gear. Oh, and the spikes on the horn. Yes, please. I like how the skull helmet is like welded together. He's the same from before. What the hell's going on? Apt words, Rickert. Apt words. Around all of us. So you did come. You who've been our foe for a millennium. I figured you wouldn't let this chance slip past. Ooh, our foe! For a millennium? Interesting. So, all right, we're going to get to Whiteboard Coon now, right? Let's just bring this on. So, I don't know if it's Gaiseric, because Gaiseric supposedly only came up from 1,000 years ago. Okay, so we have the Skull Knight. We have the Skull Knight that is a foe of Zod and Co. for a millennium, which is 2,000 years. Okay, so there is some questions to this. One, who is our foe? So is Zod connected with the demons and the God Hand as an apostle? That would kind of make more sense because Zod keeps trying to get everything to happen according to what the God Hand wants. So maybe the God Hand promised Zod that he'd let Zod fight whoever he wanted to if they just help him. And he's like, sure, I'll do that. So Zod fighting alongside the other demons and the apostles to try to make sure that Griffith and Guts get to this point makes sense. And the Skull Knight being in opposition, trying to like prevent certain things from happening. I'm so intrigued. So the Skull Knight being like not on board with the God Hand in this is so exciting. I'm so exciting. Oh, also the shipping. Oh, when you were given the command to guard the gate, Immortal One. And you were given command to guard the gate, Immortal One. Oh, hardly. I have no interest in their indulgent spree. What I seek are the strong. And you should know that, old rival. Ah, yes. Oh, the rivalry. Void would say that this too lies within causality's current. Very well, I wager myself upon my sword. Oh my god! Okay, the command to guard the gate, Immortal One. Okay, so then we have Zod, who is given the to guard the gate. I'm assuming is the gate like the gate between dimensions and Zod's supposed to protect it to make sure that no other demons are formed? I'm so curious. But yeah, but they are rivals. They are rivals. Cough, cough. In BL, rivals mean a lot different. So my crack ship lives. I'm so excited. But they are rivals. But here's the thing. Zod just wants the strong. He just wants the strong to fight. What I like about this is that, a couple things. One, Zod seems to be kind of like Guts, where they like battling strong people, but Zod seems a little bit more Goku-ish in that he just wants to battle strong people, whereas Guts has other purposes and things in mind. So it establishes a difference between Zod and Guts, which I like. Also, it establishes a major difference between Griffith and the Skull Knight, because I thought Griffith and the Skull Knight were like Griffith was Skull Knight 2.0, but no, it seems like the Skull Knight thinks that Void. I almost like that the Skull Knight is insulting Void. He's like, oh my god, Void would say this is all in the laws of causality, but he always says that about everything. I I like me a diva bitch. And Skull Knight seems to be that. And I'm all here for it. I'm like, yes, please. But the Skull Knight also seems kind of like Guts in that they're going to wager everything on their sword. So I like this idea that maybe Guts is like a combination of Zod and Skull Knight in different ways, and neither of them seem as much like Griffith as we once thought. I'm so excited. I'm so intrigued. I love this so far. Oh my God. Meanwhile, we have all of these knights and everybody being eaten by these, and most of these demons that are possibly apostles have two faces, and they're just eating everything. Oh my God. Nope. Oh God, this thing that just ate this man, his head lobbed off. No, thank you. Oh, Pippin. Yeah, and he's like, run. Oh, honey. You have to survive. Oh, no. Damn it. And then Judo's like, let's go. Oh, Pippin. Oh, both of his eyes opened. Oh. And they're just galloping past all these people getting eaten by these demons. It's no use. You have to survive. You're our leader. As long as our leader's alive, we aren't finished. Oh. This is really sad. Like, Miura's making this art so good, but it's so sad. I don't like it. Damn it. Oh, no! And then they all ate him. Cheers, Pippin. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, and I'm not having this! No. Okay, so then of course, oh my God, Quarkus seeing like everybody die and all these like two-faced apostles, right? Oh, and him running away. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, of course, Quarkus running down away and tumbling past all the bodies and everything. Oh my God. You know what? I've always felt like with Quarkus, give him benefit of the doubt. Like, he's a coward, sure. But if I were in this scenario, I would be running the hell out of Dodge. I'd be trying to get out of that vortex. I would be like, you know what, guys? It's been real. It's like Scary Movie 2, where she's like, I'm gonna miss you, girl. She keeps running past the stalker, the killer. Yeah, I would like to say I'd be brave, but hell no. I would be trying to run hell ass out of there to get out. Nope. And then all the demons chasing him into the darkness. Oh my God. Poor Quarkus. I'm going to try to adjust this to where we can see the whole thing. There we go. Or more of it. And the scary part is he's like trying to wake himself up and just surrounded by all these faces. And like as they're walking alongside the faces made out of faces. Terrifying. I don't blame Quarkus for freaking out. No. He's like, you don't suppose Midland, the Band of the Hawk, all that was a dream. When you think about it, it was way too good to be true. I'll wake up and be a nobody again. Ugh. Wow. And then a woman in hell. I knew this was a dream. Why a guy like me? I hate that I feel bad for Quarkus in this moment because he's like, he was a nobody and he had a taste of what could be. And he went so hard alongside it. And it's that idea of, you know, if you get fame, there's a price. And then him even thinking he's not worthy of a woman. Damn. That sucks. And then I know what's on this next page. Oh my God. Damn it. Yes. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, it was just that demon. Ugh. Miura punishes Quarkus for motorboating. That is like the most. Pippin gets punished for sacrificing himself to save Casca. Judo the same. Quarkus gets punished for he gets to motorboat one demon lady and that's it. Damn. At least Quarkus can die knowing that Guts is gonna. Damn it, he doesn't even get to do anything with that lady. Guts gets to at least have sex with her, but I mean, no, gross. That's not good for Guts, but I guess Quarkus can live knowing that Guts got revenge for him. Storm of Death 2. Oh, Miura, that is so torturous to start out the chapter with Judo in that moment. Are you kidding me? Like it's almost like a sign of, oh, hey, look at this beautiful portrait of Judo. He's gonna die, but he looks really good there. Oh, yep. Oh God, I hate it. Like all of the knights have just like chunks eaten out of them, like armor and all. It's just that one monster looks like Slimer from Ghostbusters. Oh, they're all just terrifying. Is this hell? Did we sin that much? Is this where our bloodstained journey comes to an end? Or is this really the nightmare you wanted? Oh, as she looks back at the hand. I like that Casca's wondering, like, is this our punishment for killing all these people and getting to this point? Or is this really what you wanted, Griffith? Is this what you knew was going to happen? Answer me, Griffith. Oh my God. And then, oh, Judo can't hear her say, answer me. He just hears her say, Griffith. And then, damn it. Ew. Ugh. Oh my God. Ugh, damn it. All these things that have mouths and things for eyes are so creepy and disturbing. Damn it, Judo. Oh, his arm is just mangled. Oh, I hate it. Oh, the designs of these monsters are so scary. Oh, no. No. I'm going to try to adjust this. Ugh. That's enough. Go back. It's the same wherever we run. They'll follow us however we go, and we don't know if there's an exit. Let's fight beside everyone in the end. And he's like, shut up and bite. You'll bite your tongue. Judo's like, I ain't giving up, bitch. I came this far. Struggle. Keep struggling and struggling until the end of the ends, and then struggle some more. There's no fighting. There's no fighting just to die. Oh my God, the struggler. So Judo connecting that you have to keep struggling until the end of ends, and then you keep on going. I wish Judo, God, I wish Guts could hear Judo say this about struggling, because that's what, like, the Skull Knight called Guts the struggler, because that's literally what Guts is going to be doing. Oh my God. That's what I'd say if I were him, right? I'm assuming the him is Guts. I'm assuming he's like, that's what Guts would say, to keep fighting and keep struggling. Oh my God. Okay, now this creepy little whip demon thing is, like, honestly maybe my favorite design of all the demons. It has like the little head that cracks open. It looks like a yin and yang sign, but it also kind of looks like Griffith's helmet, and it's all pitch black with the little whips. It's honestly disturbing, but its design is so creepy. I don't know. God, I hate this. And of course it would stab Judo. Judo looks so badass and good here. Hate this. Why? That's enough. At this rate. Oh, Judo. Oh, why? And he's like, my last knife, my last one. And then they managed to get it. And he tells her to go. Ugh. This volume is hard. It's just going to be hard. It just is. Didn't you say we'd struggle to the end? I'm taking you if I have to drag you. Unlike Guts, I'm fragile. No need to shout. I'll stay with you if I gotta crawl. I shouldn't have said all that. Take responsibility for what you say. I'm all talk. After all. Really, I've always tried to be a smooth talker. But in the end, I missed my chance to say it. Damn. To tell you that important thing. But now, these must be my last words. You sure do cry a lot, you know. Yeah, I think he did want to tell her that he loved her. Oh, God. I respect Judo so much. Because even if he loved her, like, going through the entire anime and then going back through these volume chapters realizing that if you go back and after you've gotten to this point, when you go back and rewatch the entire series, you just see Judo and how much he observed Casca, how much he watched over her, how much he helped her, how much he took care of her, how much he was trying to Judo was always trying to do things that would help Casca more than himself. And he stuck around, not only because he didn't say any future anywhere else, but because he wanted to watch over her. And the thing I respect most about Judo is he was never a stalker. He was never creepy about it. He was never like trying to like screw over Guts or Griffith to get with her. No, he wanted everything to be Casca's choice. And he was like, I will support you in whatever decisions you make, whether it's me or whether it's one of these other guys. And he went through that. He went through with that. And that is so impressive. I have so much respect for Judo and what an amazing character he was. And he very much reminds me, there's a character in Yona of the Dawn called Hawk. And except the problem is Hawk is like one of the protagonists. So he's not a side character like Judo, but he had kind of this mentality of, I'll let her decide and I'll just stand by her decisions and support her in whatever she chooses. And Judo's the same way. Hate. I always thought I was a bit smoother than that. Damn, that sucks. He's just this little mangled body. Oh, I hate it. And she's like, Judo. No. This is a chapter I was afraid of. I hate this chapter. From here on in, the rest of this whole deal with Femto and everything, Mira, why? I mean, I get why, but... Cheers, Judo. Hate it for you. Cheers, Corcus, I guess. No. Oh, that page sucks so much. And she has to like take the knife from Judo's hand. I hate it. Yep. And then it instantly breaks. She doesn't even get one solid hit on these. A sacrifice. Ugh. And here's my thing, right? And I like that she thinks of Guts. She thinks of Guts saving her, not Griffith. My thing, again, they all talk about eating her, but hell, even the woman didn't even do anything to Cork, which, poor Corcus for that. But she didn't even try to do anything with Corcus. She just ate him, as far as we know. Ugh. I've talked about this enough, but I hate it. Why? Damn it. Son of a bitch. Why? No. Of course, they have to show the brand, like, on her heart. Like, around her heart and where it's at. But, like, they're just showing her being violated by all of these demons. Not even just one. All of them. Like, Pippin, Judo, Corcus. None of them were violated. They just get dead. They just get eaten. Mira, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you, and you should know that. That's all. Meanwhile, Guts is fighting with, like, the edge of a sword, right? Barely, just, like, I like that he has all of his armor stripped down. God of the Abyss. Ooh. I think chapter 83 is after this one. I think so. I think that's right. So we'll look at chapter 83 after this one. God of the Abyss. Ugh. Oh, the creature designs are terrifying. Oh, they're just so grisly. But I like that Guts is stripped down from his armor. He's just like, and now he doesn't have his shirt. Yeah, it's just like Guts getting down to his bare, like, who he is, right? Oh, that's so creepy. Ugh. Ew. Why? I could definitely see, based on this, why Guts would have such an aversion to the apostles and to the demons, and why he does not hesitate to kill any of them, because this would traumatize you enough to the point where if you ever saw one of these things again, you'd be like, nope, get rid of that real quick. Oh, and here we have Bat Lady. The boy does do his best. It's ironic, though. The stronger his life force, the greater his anguish. And the more they become precious bread for the new life of darkness. Oh my God. Blah. Bread for the new life of darkness. They're just treating all these Band of the Hawk members like they're baguettes to give to Griffith. Ugh. Oh my God. Sweet dreams, blessed child. Oh, ew, and you can see the wings developing and like his feet have transformed. Oh. Until now, you have been a dream called Griffith. And when that dream ends, you will awaken into a dream from which you'll never wake, in a night that will never break. Oh my God. So basically, what the God Hand is saying is we're going to put Griffith up here. Of Griffith to Femto. So basically, according to the God Hand, Griffith was the dream. In their minds, they're like, Griffith was just a dream. He wasn't really who you are. It's just this little, it was just, you know, an echo of yourself, of your true self. It wasn't who you really are. And so when the dream, you know, ends, let me get this right. When you awake from it, they're saying your true form is Femto. Is what they're suggesting. Your true form is Femto. And when you will awaken into a dream in which you'll never wake, into a night that will never break. This is the end form. This is your final form. Like Griffith was just this little like dream of you where you were thinking that you could be a human, blah, blah, blah. But actually you're meant to be this. Oh, that's so creepy. And the thing that's so disturbing about the body horror of his transformation, is it's like, there's no going back. Like, this is like Griffith's body is literally, it's not like that armor is going to break open and there's going to be like, you know, like a human underneath. No, his body is literally transformed into Femto. That is so terrifying. Nope. It's like the wings and everything are part of his body now. Ugh. Nope. Poor Guts, though. Ugh. I can't even appreciate the abs that are given to me because it's just, you just feel for Guts and you don't want him to suffer like this. Oh my God. And Guts can see inside the egg and see Griffith transforming. Oh my God. And Guts' face there. Like, he's like, why? He's like, buddy, old pal, why is this happening to you? Oh my God. Like, I feel like at this point, Guts seeing Griffith transforming, I feel like there's a part of Guts that still felt like even if he transforms, he'll still be Griffith. Even if he turns into a demon, maybe I can still reach him, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that shot of Guts just fighting those demons, just keeping fighting like with his Dorito torso, just keeping on fighting. Okay, and then this is Griffith sinking. And there's like sinking into the depths of the ocean. Oh, farther from the light. Where is this? Where's my body? And I'm sinking. Oh my God. What? There's the eyeball. I'm sure we got one before and I just was not paying attention to it. Oh my God. Also, the idea of him sinking into this vortex of souls and everything, the idea of that entire face being split open. I know it's not Griffith's face, but I feel like it's a representation of Griffith being like completely like ripped into shreds and reforged, right? Oh my God. Oh my God, the eyes. Him seeing, oh my God. Him seeing all of this. Like seeing all of this destruction. And this is supposed to, like, the God Hand's like, look at all these people sacrificing themselves for you. Isn't this great? Look at they're just little meals for you. Isn't that awesome? Their souls are going to help reforge you. Isn't that great? That would terrify me. And I'd be like, oh, can we go back? Can I rescind my sacrifice? Can I go back on that? I like this is one of the few times we see like the full, both eyes of Griffith present here, like the behelit, like the bottom of that looks like a behelit. Also, I will give kudos to Miura because I don't know how long this took to draw, but it is insane and incredible. But the fudge, oh my God. Oof. Wow. All their deaths are piercing through me. Here's the thing, though, because I'm sure some people are like, oh, Griffith had all these people's deaths pierced through him and he had to feel it. But no, he doesn't. He's like, they're piercing through me. I wished for it. I killed them. I don't feel anything. And then, yeah, and as he's sinking down, he's slowly like, whatever was Griffith is just destroyed and dissolved, right? It almost is like his entire body is dissolved. He's like, you asked for this. Can you truly feel their pain? Oh, what is this? The crystallization of your last tear shed. When suffering so profound as to make someone rip himself apart is confronted, a heart is frozen. Ooh, something's there. Yes, get into this vortex. And they're little behelots. They are splashes, droplets of ideas that have spilled from the sea to eternity, summons to the other world. Ooh, okay, so let's put on here the behelots. The behelots are, what do they say? Droplets of ideas. Droplets of ideas that have spilled to eternity. And they are summons to the other world. So yeah, it's like the Crimson Behelot that he has. He, you know, his desires allowed the Behelot to activate and summon the God Hand from another dimension. So it's kind of like these Behelots are all tears, like the last tears shed from individuals, like from the demons themselves that, you know, are able. It's like a big old loop. It's a big old causality loop. The demons shed tears. The tears become the Behelots. The Behelots summon more demons. It's effectively like a little self-manufacturing factory of creating more demons this way. How terrifying. How terrifying. Oh. God. Oh, cool. That's the end of that chapter, so... Huh. Okay. While we're here, let's go to the new chapter and check it out, because I think it was supposed to happen after God of Abyss. That's what I know. Could you imagine just like being like Griffith saying, oh, is this God? And then we never find out. Well, we're going to find out. So I'm going to look at this chapter. We're going to see. Chapter 83. God. Welcome, human. Are you God? I am the idea. Oh my gosh. The God of Abyss, chapter 2. The desired God. The idea of evil. Oh, okay. So, let's put this up here. So, the idea of evil. The desired God. Okay, and then taking droplets of ideas. So are we saying that these are droplets of ideas or droplets of evil from the demons? That would make sense. Okay. He doesn't say he's a god. He just says I'm the idea of evil. Oh my God. It looks like a heart. It looks like vessels pumping into a heart. God. This God, this huge lump of flesh. It didn't say it was a god. It said it was a desired God. What you are seeing is a part of me, my core. Look around you. This is the vortex. Oh, this is the swirl. Okay. And there's all like these little eyes embedded in the flesh. Okay, so this lump of evil, it looks like a heart. It has all these like vacuoles and everything, and it's swirling in this vortex. And that is it. It's not a god. It's an idea of evil is what it labels itself as. And it says it's the desired God. So to me, that interprets itself as us desiring evil. That is what this thing represents. The idea that you desire your evil to be justified. Maybe. What is this? An ocean of feelings. All humans have deep in their souls a common consciousness that transcends individuality. Their collective consciousness as a species, its dark side is this swelling ocean. I was born from these swells as the ego of this world. Oh my God. Oh, I love this. So basically, it's suggesting that humans are individual, but humanity, their subconscious darkness is their ego. Is their ego. And that makes sense. It's like humans all have within them a dark desire for power, for lust, for violence, for greed. It's like all of these dark sides of humanity are purported by their ego, or their sense that they are right, their sense that they deserve something, their sense that they should have it more than anyone else. And this thing, this idea, it's like, I was born from these swells as the ego of this world. And there, it's like, this is an ocean of feelings, an ocean of emotion. Ocean of emotion sounds like an 80s song. And then, yeah. So that's what this thing is. Evil comes from that ego, right? That makes sense. It also is reminding me of Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit, that maybe Akutami took the idea of an evil presence born from human emotions. Seems like it could connect. Interesting. I am this world, the darkness that dwells in every human's heart. The idea of evil. This is God. So, yeah, saying that I am basically, it's like, what's interesting is that it's sort of putting Griffith in the place of saying, like, there is no higher deity. You are the highest version of yourself. And in your heart, there is a darkness, and I am the embodiment of that you can tap into if you choose to. So basically, it's the idea of, like, every human has the ability, every human is their own God, essentially, is what this thing is saying. And I am the darkness, that idea of evil that makes you as powerful as you can be. Maybe not infallible, but, because, yeah, that's, oh my God, it's crazy. He's like, God, does that mean that it was humans who created God? Does that mean that it was mankind that desired it? This terrifying thing. This looks like hell. Some would call it that. Hell, this is just the surface of the multiple layers of the whole consciousness. But you know that this place is terribly human. Oh, violence and loneliness. This place is filled with all kinds of blurred negative feelings. It is truly the will that defines human nature. Oh. So, it's basically suggesting, I mean, I'm not going to get into a religious talk because I have my own religious thoughts. But it's suggesting that what the idea of evil is saying is that everyone has these dark thoughts within them, and they have the capability of violence. They have the capability to feel loneliness. And it's truly the will that defines human nature. So yeah, the idea here that violence and loneliness drives humanity. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It drives humanity to make decisions. It's not the only thing, but it does drive them. And then Griffith says, yes, it's true. This is in me. I can feel it. Like, I like that Griffith is just torn apart. He's just like a little fragile paper shell. And he's like, but why were you born? Why did humans give birth to this will called God? Human desire reasons. Reasons for pain, reasons for sadness, reasons for life, reasons for death. Why were their lives filled with suffering? Why were their deaths absurd? I mean, yeah, that is, the big question of why are we here? What's our purpose? These are all existential questions that people ask, and evil, this idea of evil is like, they wanted a reason. They wanted some kind of excuse for why it exists. They wanted reasons for the destiny that kept transcending their knowledge, and that was God. And I produce those, as it is what I've been brought to existence for. I control destiny. And it's this heart with all the pumps and everything. But here's the thing. The idea of evil acknowledges in this moment that it's not the God. It just says, I was brought into existence by humans for this. So the question is, it's this big paradox because it's like human will brought this thing into existence, and this thing is supposedly, it's this big cyclical thing. So it's this paradox. It's like humanity brought into this idea of evil, but the idea of evil is dependent upon humans, and it cycles through it. So with that whole idea of does humanity have control of destiny? Well, kind of. Yeah. The God Hand's question at the beginning of the anime was, does mankind have control over its own destiny? Well, it brought into existence this to control destiny. So technically, yes, I guess. But they brought it in because they didn't understand their lack of control. So it's a big paradox. It's the steps that keep going and feeding into each other. That's literally what it is. Interesting. Obeying the will of the essence of humankind, I weave every man's destiny. Does that mean you're the one who controls my destiny? That you're the one who arranged everything so it would be this way? No, I think that's Griffith. Ooh. It was established that you would be here in the distant past. By influencing the lower levels of human consciousness, merging blood with blood, I created the lineage that would give birth to the man that you are. To pave the way for the times you would be born in, I manipulated history and created an appropriate context for you. All the encounters you've had thus far were part of the destiny that led you here. Wow, so it's kind of like this idea of evil, put over here, is this will that created the circumstances. But here's the thing. If, following nonlinear history and all this, that even if this is true, even if this thing created and manipulated history for Griffith to be born in the right context, does that mean that Griffith doesn't have a choice? I think that's the whole point of the series, is that things can happen to put you in these circumstances that have been predictable and made possible through events that have happened through time and space. But at the end of the day, you do have the free will to choose whether you make a choice or not. And Griffith still made that choice. The destiny. He's like, God, what do you want from me? Oh, I like that as he's talking to it, he starts to get more complete again. Be as you will. I dwell deep in your heart. I am a part of you. You are part of your kind's consciousness, a part of me. Your desire is my desire as well. Your actions themselves shall prove to be suitable for your kind as a whole. May they bring pain or salvation to mankind. Yeah, this thing is like, look, I'm not a god. I'm just the idea of evil. I'm just this consciousness in you. And you have a choice. I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do. But the choice is yours. You do as you see fit. It's like Griffith being able to look inside of himself for the first time truly and see, am I a cruel person? Oh my God. Do as you will, chosen one. Oh my God. It's his heart. If so, I want wings. Oh. Oh. Take with you the power of the feelings this inner world is filled with, and change this physical field that is your body into a shape suitable for your task. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Griffith. Oh. And he became whole again. Like in that moment, son of a bitch! My dogs are playing, but I'm like, So he finally, basically, Griffith confronted the evil inside of his heart and the evil that mankind all has within them. And he said, I am totally fine with this. And I know it's complex, but essentially Griffith was like, oh, so yeah, everyone has this evil in their heart and we can do whatever we desire with it. It basically him establishing like, I am my own deity. I am my own power. Sure. And the thing about it is that, sure, Griffith could have said, I want wings. I want this form, and then became a demon, but he could have, a part of you wonders if he would burst out and be like, and help them and help Guts and the others and be like, suck it, God hand, I'm going to do what I want. But instead, he just accepts it. He just accepts that this is the way things are and there's nothing I can do but accept what's been given to me and accept my fate and just lean into the darkness in my heart rather than fight it. And I feel like Guts is constantly fighting the darkness in his heart. And Griffith accepts it and just says, I'm going to roll with it. Oh my God. Oh my God, shit. Well, that was a very important, insightful chapter that needed to be there to explain what Griffith's rationale is. And now we're here for Lifeblood. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Guts is literally torturing himself trying to save Griffith, who has leaned into the darkness. Oh my God. I don't think that gives too much away, honestly. I feel like chapter 83 doesn't give too much away, but it establishes Griffith's mindset that, yeah, he chose this. He chose to be a villain. Damn. He's like, I want some bitchin' wings. I'm going to sacrifice all my friends for some bitchin' wings. Ah! Oh my God. Poor Guts. Guts just going after all of this. Oh my God. All these monsters. Again, I don't want to think about how long Mira had to draw all of this. It's absolutely insane. The most insane. What? Oh my God. And then, yeah, him just splashing. Okay, is this where he meets Gaston? Oh, no. Yeah, blood. Ugh. Poor Guts with his, blood-soaked body. Oh, my God. And, everybody's just pieces of people in their faces. Oh. I hate that, Guts is down in the lifeblood, as it were. Oh my God. Is anyone still alive? Judo, Pippin, Corcus, Raiders. Oh. There's just so much death. Casca. Oh my God. Oh, and he doesn't even want to think about Casca being dead. Oh my God. Oh, Gaston! Oh no, I'm not ready for this! Oh, Captain, is that you? Oh, Gaston, I don't feel all right. Oh my God. Oh no, this thing's gonna burst out of him alien style. No. Oh, and all the faces are crying. It's like we're in the middle of someone's dream. Ever since Zod and that monster showed up in front of us, something has felt off. Yeah. Oh God, and of course showing Guts and Griffith hand in hand. Oh my God, nope. I'm not ready for this. Nope, I'm not ready for this. Maybe the Band of the Hawk itself was for a regular guy like me. Those days were too grand, too vivid. The victory parties always seemed so sad for some reason. Like I'd wake up in the morning and it'd all vanish. Everything about the boss Griffith as a person was too different from us. Like he was something out of a legend. And we got pulled into the middle of some crazy story someone wrote. Oh my God, Mira being so meta and on the nose. It looks like I'm just a minor character. Oh my God, no. Oh! Blah, blah. Gaston. Damn it! Damn it! That would be terrifying! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ew! Why? Oh my god! That thing coming out of his mouth with mouths inside of mouths? Yeah. And it just skitters away? God. Guts is so traumatized from this entire experience. I don't blame him for being the way that he is around Puck. How could you not be the most jaded? Oh, Pippin. Why? Oh my god, and it's just a shell. Oh my god, and they ate him from the inside out. Oh my god, why? Mira, why are you torturing Guts like this? This is so cruel. But why? And there's the count. There's the count. Yep. Okay. Well, I definitely know why, you know why Guts got revenge now. That makes sense. I don't want to get to Casca. I don't want to see this. Oh my god, all of them. Yeah, the Eclipse, all of them. Oh my god. Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not having this. Oh my god. And like all the oh my god. There's the count with Pippin's face. Oh my god. Is that one wearing Judo's face? Is that one wearing Judo's face like a mask? And they're all holding up pieces. And that one is like wearing Corcus's face inside of hers. Oh my god, you bastards. Oh. The creepy thing is that it's almost like now that these humans have become apostles and become demons, they're monsters. And so like them wearing the faces of Corcus and Judo and the others is like they're trying to like regain their humanity that they can't get back again. Oh my god, that is the most disturbing. Yeah, and bastards. Oh my god, with Casca. Oh, Guts, I'm with you. That bastards. Oh my god, you can feel that on the page. Do I have to read more? Oh, I hate it. Why? Oh, I hate it. Oh, they've just violated her so much. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, Guts. Oh, sweetheart. I'm glad that Guts is drawn like that to show how pissed he is. Oh my god, yes, please. I love the white space drawing him like just slicing through them all. Oh my god, yes. Oh. Just going berserk. Yeah. God. Oh, yeah, why? Why piercing her vagina? Why are we doing this, Mira? Why? Just stop it. Stop it. Ugh. Oh, and it got his arm, yeah. Oh. And then they all stop. Because Femto's there. Oh my god. Like, the silence is palpable. Oh. Yep. Wow. And then there he is. There he is. I like the veins coming out of the hands. Yep. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, here we go. The fifth blessed king. The new demon king. Nope, not happy, not having it. Oh, we get names. We finally get names of all of them. Void, Slan, Ubik, Conrad. Like Conrad. That's so weird. You are our extension. Our new kinsman to wear the mantle of evil. The wings of darkness, Femto. Oh my god. Okay, so real quick, we've got Void, which is Mars attack. Slan. Do not slander her. Ubik. And then Conrad. All right. Their initials spell, well, I thought that was a Y, for example, and I thought it was going to be like you suck, but it's Vsuck and Femto. It's basically almost like fucks. Get that. God, I'm done. I'm done. Get over it. Nope, get over it. Done. Oh my gosh. Ew. And then, yeah, the bird, like the face of Griffith is just like the helmet and everything. The face of Griffith is just like an illusion inside of that shell. Like that picture there is just of the bird and everything. The picture of Griffith is an illusion. Nah. Shit. Oh my god. And then, yep, flying there. Oh my god, down to Guts and seeing like there's no arms. Oh, there's no arms anymore. It's just like wings. Oh. And just showing like the power difference of Guts looking so small there, whereas Griffith looks so tiny in Guts's arms earlier, and now he looks huge. Oh my god. Ugh. That is an incredible shot. That is absolutely incredible. And Griffith looks amazing there as Femto. I mean, the design is incredible. And Guts is just like, what do we do with this? Oh. And they're all like gathered around him and it's just silence. And God, I wish I could know what Femto was thinking. I wish I could know what he's thinking of Guts in that moment. This is what I've been bracing myself for the last 3 volumes to get to this point, because I know what's coming. I don't know what extra we're getting because it's Miura, but I'm not ready for it. Yeah, and then, yeah. Oh, it's just like, he's like, oh, did you like her? Did you really like her? Is this something that you value? Oh, he does have arms. Yep. Ugh. No. And this is the problem. Again, talking about Ridasante's comment, the way that Miura draws this, it looks like porn. It just looks like a kinky porn. And from the way that Casca is drawn, it would look like she's enjoying this. But we know for a fact she is not. And Guts with the tears in his eyes. And, Femto with his eyes. Oh. Oh, and it's bleeding. Yeah, the brand is bleeding. Oh. Like, why? Leave her alone. And then she sees Griffith and thinks it's him. Oh, my God. Oh, ew. And yeah, Guts literally, like, slicing his own arm off. Oh. Oh my god. And of course, Void and all them are like, yeah, look at this. Ugh. And of course she says no. Yeah, so Casca, that's all I needed. I needed Casca to say no. She doesn't want this. For Guts to be like, I'm going to sever my arm off. Oh my god. Oh. Nope. Oh my god. Guts. Ugh. I'm like, what ends up happening to her? Ugh. Oh, I hate this. I hate it so much. Ugh. Because this is where the anime is ending. Yeah, and he goes after them. Oh my god. No! Nope, hate it. Absolutely hate it. Nope. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to look at this. I'm sorry if you appreciate Casca getting raped, but I can't watch too much. Nope. Nope. Ugh. Oh my god. And he made Guts watch. Why? Why is this going on still? Love, hatred, pain, pleasure, life, death. This is to be human. This is to be evil. Ugh. Oh my god. That's awful. Ugh. Yeah, and she didn't want this at all. Like, she's telling him to stop. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, and she's like, don't look. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mira, but why? Ugh. And Griffith is just doing this to spike Guts. Like, he doesn't care about Casca. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. Oh my god. That's when he gets the eye taken out. Ugh. I hate how Mira draws her. Because she's supposed to be this, like, badass warrior. And he just draws her like she's this sex toy. And then just... That's all she was good for. Ugh. So yeah, is the Eclipse ending? Oh, that makes me want to cry. Oh my god! Bitchin', thank you! Oh my god, Skull Knight! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, is Skull Knight and Void, like, are they against each other? Yes, Skull Knight, come in and kick these people's asses! Do something! Oh my god! Oh, it makes me want to cry how Mira just has Femto rape Casca and just toss her down and sexualizes her. Oh my god. If you support Griffith, how? How? I mean, Guts... Obviously, but if you are like, I love Griffith as a character, I love what he represents, we have problems. We have issues. Oh! Oh, he just struck straight down towards Void. Oh, bitchin'. Afterglow of the right eye. And that was the eye is what Guts had taken out, the right eye. Okay. Oh, and Void managed to stop him. Oh, if Skull Knight's goal... Oh, and he tries to, like, he got to go back to him. It, like, came in and boomeranged. Oh. If Skull Knight's whole goal is to, like, destroy the God Hand, I am rooting for Skull Knight, like, 1,000%. Oh my god, escape. Okay, so this is how we're getting out. Okay. Oh, ew. I'm also noticing that with Void, he has the brain, but then his eyes are stitched closed, and then his, like, skin is peeled back to reveal the skull. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. So the Skull Knight coming down. Oh, just chops through all the demons like they're nothing. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, Skull Knight. Yes. 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 My fear is that the Skull Knight is going to actually turn out to be an awful being, and I'm cheering for them now, but I'm going to hate them later. But for now, you know what? I'm going to cheer them because they're getting through all these demons and slicing through all of them. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. And he tried to, like, squeeze all of them around him. What is happening? Oh, he tried to, like, cover him. Oh. Oh, he grabbed Guts. Okay, so yeah, he tried to get him, he tried to squish them all together and he missed. And he clopped down and grabbed Guts. And Casca, good, yes! Good, Skull Knight, good! Oh my god, he got them both. Oh my god, he got them both. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. What are we going to say? Astounding, fascinating, how unfortunate. An unpredictable thing happens at the temporal nexus. Albeit an extremely minute thing. They don't want to admit that the Skull Knight has changed their causality fate. Bitches, it's impossible to anticipate everything. Oh, bullshit! We ourselves are not gods after all. Or else this too was fated to happen. Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes. Skull Knight calling out the hypocrisy of the God Hand and then being like, well, we can't anticipate everything that happens. And bullshit! Your fucking guy Void there was like, everything's in the realm of causality. Ah, yes! Yeah. And I'm sure Void has nothing to say because he's like, well, actually, yeah, because they don't want it to come out that they're all kind of full of shit. Oh, Skull Knight, I freaking love you, if not for anything but this moment. Oh my God, thank you. That leaping of one fish would never disturb the flow of the river. Oh yes, tie it back, just tie it back. And time has begun to flow again. For the fifth angel has been born. The time of darkness descends. Wickedness, sacredness, illusion, reality, hatred, love, hostility, hope, the dead, the living. An age where every darkness shall eclipse light. Yes, as when the moon covers the light of the sun. They're like, oh, well, we're not going to worry about Skull Knight. We're going to let Griffith's Age of Darkness begin. Oh, don't worry about him. It's fine. Oh. And I suppose that's what people will call it afterwards. The Age of Darkness. Oh, so on the one hand, we don't get to see the battle between Zod and the Skull Knight. Everybody doesn't get to see it except Rickert. But Zod has his arm chopped off. But he brings it back on. Oh. To think someone could match. No, he fought even better than Zod. Oh, and there he is with Rickert. Oh my God. Oh, Casca and Guts. Oh. I like the Skull Knight has taken this weird affinity towards Rickert as a messenger. I'm here for it. What is happening? What is going on? Oh. Oh. These two are not yet destined to die. There is no time. See to their wounds. They're in terrible shape. What the heck? Where are the others? Hurry. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, this. Oh, my God. Oh. I freaking love this. Oh. Never mind this. Continue if you say so. Skull Knight's like, I got this. You just keep doing what you're doing. Don't think that what just happened settled anything. Of course not. But immortal, consider delaying our battle? What nonsense. Oh my God, I ship Skull Knight and Zod so much. That man from the Eclipse, you mean he survived? Interesting. Very well, we'll put this fight on hold for the sake of his mad luck. No, I ought to say bad luck. But don't forget, this doesn't decide the outcome of our battle. Oh my God! I think the Skull Knight is very smart. Skull Knight's like, look, I saved this guy that you could fight later. Are you sure you want to finish fighting me now or wait? The Skull Knight and Zod's rivalry and their storyline is infinitely intriguing to me. But what about Casca? What do we do about this? What do we do about this? You should hurry. Once the gate vanishes, they'll all pour out. Okay, so Zod is guarding the gate. Zod's goal is to guard the gate when the eclipse happens. His purpose is to guard the gate when the eclipse happens to make sure nobody enters or leaves. And he lost to the Skull Knight, who entered and rescued them. That makes more sense now. Mm-hmm. Are you done? I'm the Skull Knight. God, with Rickert, he's like, for now. The bleeding stopped before I knew it. You mustn't move them yet. What's happening in that whirlwind? No one is left. No one. This too is connected. Will you come? I just love that he just picks up Rickert like, boop. All right, let's go. I just love it. I want to know more about the Skull Knight. No. Oh. So he survived the eclipse. Interesting. Show me now how it is you'll struggle as no more than a man. through this world of darkness, in the wilderness of the dead that extends before you, branded swordsman. So the question is the Skull Knight a branded swordsman as well, like Guts is? I'm so fascinated. Little Zod, the gatekeeper. Oh, I hate how Casca looks in this cover, though. Awakening to a Nightmare. I hate how she looks in this cover because it almost looks... it looks deceptive. I don't like this at all. Nope. Not one bit. Nope. Oh. We're now in uncharted territory. Now, for the rest of this volume, we are in no man's land. Where is everybody going? Don't go that way. That way is bad news. But they're all going in that swirling hell. Oh my god. That sucks! That sucks that they're now stuck to be souls in that hell. No! Damn it. Damn it, no. Oh. Don't go. Oh. At least Rickert didn't get branded, so that's good. Rickert didn't get branded, so there's a chance he won't go to hell. Good for Rickert. Wow, this cave. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, is it Erica? Oh. Is Erica and Rickert gonna meet? I want Erica and Rickert to meet, kind of. Oh, they do! Oh, you slipped because you ran too fast. Oh, Guts, you're awake. Oh, I kind of want to ship Erica and Rickert to be together. Can we have that? You haven't moved in 4 days. Why are the two of you together? Oh, these hills are near my home. This is Daddy's orc cave. Or cave. Oh my gosh, love it. Oh, Rickert here shows up all of a sudden, says you're injured. He has injured people, and it was you, Guts. Oh, she calls him Rickert, and he's like, it's Rickert. I love that they correct each other. Oh, I'm shipping Erica and Rickert for sure. Absolutely. This weird night brought us all here. What happened inside that whirlwind? What happened to the others? Oh. Oh, he doesn't have an arm, yeah. Where's Casca? She's over there. Ugh. Oh. Ooh. I don't know how this is going to go. Ugh. Yeah, I can't say I wouldn't want anybody touching me, even if it was Guts. Oh. What? Oh. She doesn't even know you. Oh. On the one hand, I don't usually like memory loss narratives. Memory is so important, and I don't usually like it as a narrative trope. But on the one hand, I'm like, oh, it sucks she doesn't even remember him. But on the other hand, after everything she went through, I'm kind of glad she doesn't remember all of that. And he tries to smile with her and it doesn't work. Yes, he's a scary, scary man. Don't bully Casca. Ugh. You're going to catch a cold if you keep going into the water with your clothes on. She's been that way since 2 days ago. She doesn't remember, not you, not me. The only one she trusts is Erica. A woman. Fair. Good for her. Her not trusting any male characters is apt for this series. Oh. I hate it, yeah. He said so. You can't go outside. Oh, no. Oh. I hate it because Guts is like, this woman he loves doesn't remember him and she's scared of him. And I'm at least glad she doesn't remember anybody. She's like, that doesn't have a memory of any of that. She is so traumatized. I don't blame her. But I hate that for Guts. Because he can't even like this woman he loves, he can't be with. And he's in a bad state of mind anyway. Ugh, damn it. The sprint. Oh, Judo. Oh my God. Oh, and Judo looking at him, and Corcus. And Pippin. I like all the bandages slowly coming off of him as he runs. Oh, damn it. Yeah, everything, like he's all of the bandages and everything coming unbound from him as he runs. Oh my God. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Oh. And yeah, then there, of course, is Griffith. Uh-huh. Damn. Oh. And just that duality of him crying real tears with one eye and crying blood with the other. And he just keeps running. I hate it. Yep. Into the darkness at night. Just ran all day. And then all I can think of now is Femto. And where he's at now. Oh my God. Ah! But yeah, oh my God. Yeah, oh, the demons. And the fact that his brand is throbbing. Yes. Oh no. Shit. And he's only got one eye. Oh my God. Yeah. Ugh. You should take heed. Yes! Oh! From now on, this is your world. The boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead, the interstice. The boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead, the interstice. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, so he's like, basically these two worlds have combined. Sorry. Happens every so often, you know. Oh my God. Oh. Use this. He's like, here, take my sword. It is a bitchin' sword. Oh my God. What is this? It feels like I'm cutting through water. These are the dead spirits that roam about this place. Being dead, they now cling to life. They've swarmed together in their desire for your warm flesh and blood. The brand of the sacrifice has drawn those of darkness. And we saw this earlier when they tried to possess him back several volumes ago. Yeah, they tried to like let us inside of you. Yep. Oh, let us inside that body. Yep. Mm-hmm. Trying to possess him. Steel yourself. Otherwise, you will be haunted to your death. After all, to them, you are a torch tossed into the darkness. No doubt you shine through brilliantly for them. This is the reality that you must walk through from here on. A realm invisible to eyes of the flesh. You must stand in the interval between two worlds that, despite overlapping, do not make contact with each other. And he's like, why? Why me? Why is this happening? That is the destiny of those who receive the brand of sacrifice. Your body and every last drop of blood in it has been given as an offering to those of the darkness. And I like that Guts is like, destiny, 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 no escaping that for me. It's like Young Frankenstein where Gene Wilder's like just screaming that. Shut the hell up. Oh, no. Oh. How about you save your high and mighty bullshit for after I've been haunted to death, Skullface? I like that the Skull Knight's like, well, excuse you, I was trying to help. Sacrifice, offering, destiny. Quit spouting out a bunch of cryptic explanations. Oh God, that backside. The point is, this is war. It ain't different from any other war. The last one standing wins. Ugh. Listen here, I'm beating all of you back down to hell. Tell those ugly, pale-faced bastards for me. If I get hit, I will hit back. Tell them leaving me half-eaten is going to be the end of you. Because what else can guts do? Oh. I'll hunt and kill all those wretched monsters. And all of you down to the last one. This is my war declaration. I don't blame Guts. I don't blame him one bit. After everything that happened to him, I don't blame him a bit for hunting them down. No siree. And for what they've done to Casca, nope. Oh. Should anyone trample that dream, he would oppose him body and soul, even if the threat were the struggler indeed. This strength is unmistakably the reason he survived the eclipse. Yeah. I love the duality of Griffith and Femto there on the page. That's really good. Oh my god. Oh. What? It's already over? Wrong. They have found it. Another torch. Oh shit. They're gonna go after Casca. You gotta lend me that horse for a bit, pal. Well, hurry up! He's like, I ain't giving you my horse, but come on, let's go. Skull Knight, our icon. Yes, let's go. Come on, let's go save Casca. Oh. Oh, and that's the end of the volume! No! This is now twice that I've carried you. Don't get thrown off. Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Skull Knight! Skull Knight, my hero! Oh. Tally-ho! Oh. Oh, my God. I freaking love the Skull Knight so much. I love the Skull Knight. I know I'll probably hate him later, but I love him right now. Oh. The thing about it is the Skull Knight is like this perfect mentor figure for Guts in a way. I thought Zod would be, but now seeing Zod in the context of this volume, it's like, no, Zod is the gatekeeper. Zod, I feel like Zod is on a surface level what Guts could become. If Guts had been the one tracked down by the God Hand instead of Griffith, I feel like Zod is what Guts would become in demon form. But I feel like the Skull Knight has more opportunity to mentor Guts now than Zod. So, holy shit. I also feel like maybe the Skull Knight is doing all of this because they have instant regrets about what happened with them thousands of years ago. So that's why they're doing this. But I'm glad Casca's alive. I'm glad Casca and Rickard are alive. I'm glad Rickard's with Erica. I would like, you know what? If Rickard stayed with Erica and him and Gordo and she became a blacksmith and Rickard became like a medicine shop man and they opened up a pharmaceutical and blacksmith shop, I would support that wholeheartedly. I'm 1,000 times here for that. Would be here for it, sure. I'm on board. But I'm wondering if Casca's going to stay with them, but she can't because she has the brand. They're just going to bring demons to Rickard and all of them. So what's going to happen with Casca? Is the Skull Knight going to take her away? What's going to happen with her? How's this going to go? Is she going to die next volume? I've got to be out of town and I have to wait to read this, damn it! I feel so conflicted because on the one hand, I feel like Miura just wrote Casca out of the story conveniently because he didn't want to, it's like he didn't want to kill Casca because she's like a lifeline to Guts. But then I'm like, what are they going to do with her character to keep her like, how's that going to work? Is the Skull Knight going to take her away with him? I don't know. What is going to happen with that? I'm like, I feel like she was such a strong character that was so layered. And now Mira's like, well, she got raped and to spare her the trauma I put her through, I'm going to have her memory go away. But now she doesn't have any purpose in the story. So we're just going to like put her in a nursing home somewhere and like put her out of sight and mind and like Guts go on his journey. You know, I don't know how I feel about it, because it's like the other option was kill her off, but then she could be later on a lifeline to Guts' humanity to keep him from fully losing it. So there's that. So you don't want to kill her off. But then on the other hand, I'm glad that Femto doesn't have her. So I'm glad for that. I thought in the anime he was going to like keep her and like hold her hostage against Guts. So I'm glad that's not the case. Because they probably would, the God Hand would have just killed her. She's just fodder for them. And then on the other hand, I'm glad that she doesn't remember the trauma that's happened to her. So that's good. But then on the other hand, because she doesn't remember the trauma, she doesn't have any agency with it. So there's that, which is not the case for most people that survive sexual assault. So there's that. And then like, I'm glad that she doesn't remember Griffith. She doesn't remember anybody. I'm like, I was afraid that she wouldn't remember Guts, but she'd remember Griffith or something stupid like that. So I'm glad that's not the case. But I don't know. I don't know what they can do with her character to get her out of the story. But she can't stay with Erica and Rickert because she's going to be a target all the time. So I don't know. But I do like Guts declaring war. Like this is Guts basically saying like, fine. He's basically like, you know what? And we go back to Griffith saying, should anyone trample that dream, he would oppose in body and soul, even if the threat were his friend. Yeah. It's like, Guts is like, fine, I'm going to be your equal, and I'm going to fight you. The struggler indeed. I like that Skull Knight is thinking this the entire time. I'm so curious about the Skull Knight's backstory. I'm so curious. But I love that Guts declares this declaration of war that he's going to hunt them all down and make them pay for leaving him alive. And I don't blame him. After everything that's happened, I don't blame him for going after and getting revenge on Griffith. Like, you're rooting for Guts to get revenge, right? Because what's happened to him is so traumatic. And I love him holding the Skull Knight's sword while he has his arm gone. Like, that shot of him holding the sword up is incredible. I mean, he gets his old sword back, so I'm sure the Skull Knight's like, I'm going to need that sword back, please. that was a bitchin' sword that's custom made. Oh my God, I feel like I've ran a marathon. I have no sympathy for Griffith, by the way. That extra chapter 83 where Griffith makes the decision to embrace the darkness in his heart, I'm like, you went full villain. You went full on villain, and him assaulting Casca was just to get back at Guts. Just to spite Guts in the worst way possible. Being like, you left me and you got with this woman. Well, now I'm going to get with her to show you up. And the worst part is Casca has no say in it, and she clearly doesn't like it. And it's just, I'm glad we're past that. I'm glad this volume we're past that. We can just say that was a thing. It went on way too long. I was like, it felt like a porno at that point. I was like, why? But I'm glad we're past it. I'm glad I did see the opening cover of volume 14 because it's on the last page where Skull Knight tally-hoes away. It looks like that person there looks like the girl from episode 1 that he saves in the bar. So, and he has the giant ass sword back to match his conviction. So I'm going to be curious, like, what happens with Casca and Rickert and Erica? Guts is going to get his sword back and go after the apostles. And now, from here on in, I'm curious what the Skull Knight's going to do. And I almost wonder if the Skull Knight would go off with Rickert and take Rickert and Casca with him. I don't know. He seems to have a little affinity for Rickert, and Rickert has a part to play in all this. So, I don't know. On the one hand, I'd like Rickert to stay with Erica and Gordo and grow up there and stay out of all this because he doesn't have a brand. He's not going to be targeted by the demons. On the other hand, I want Casca to like go away with the Skull Knight or get transported somewhere where she's out of danger. But I don't know what that is because he says now the worlds are colliding. And so he's like, it's kind of hell on earth. Kind of the apocalypse. Sorry. I can't believe I have to be gone a week, y'all, before I can read the next volume. Like 2 weeks. I'm recording this on a Sunday because I was preparing it for the week I was gone. I gotta wait 2 weeks to read volume 14. The struggle is real. But I should have lots of comments when I get back. Yay! So, holy shit, y'all. I'm excited. I hope y'all are too. But I hope you all enjoyed this volume. I can't believe that I'm now to the point where the anime is over and we're in uncharted waters. So there's that. But I'm going to get Whiteboard Kun up. I hope y'all had a wonderful time. I am excited to hear your comments down below. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I'll be back very soon with more Berserk. Bye.